Oh, fuck.
Done Edward Scissorhands on this show. We seriously have no explanation whatsoever. Massive oversight aside, we're doing it now, and that's what counts. Here are 7 things you didn't know about Edward Scissorhands. Probably.
What did you do to your hair? How do we cut it? Isn't it wild?
The hairdos in Edward Scissorhands are a big part of the film's iconography, especially Edward's own haircut. Most of the talent was able to achieve their unique hairstyles with wigs, but there were several cast members who didn't have that option, and basically just had to commit to the bit. I'm talking, of course, about the dogs. The dogs in Edward Scissorhands all got the haircuts you see in the final film for real. Remember, the movie came out in 1990. Back then, computer effects just weren't as practical as, well, practical effects. So when you see a dog with a goofy haircut in the movie, that dog really got that haircut. Dogs' haircuts in Edward Scissorhands aren't the only effect that had to be figured out without the help of CGI. Take this shot when Peg sees the inventor's castle in her rearview mirror. That castle is real. Well, it's a real miniature, but, you know, it existed tangibly in the world, and that counts as real. The art department got the shot by just mounting a model castle on a C-stand and positioning it so that we'd be able to see it in the mirror. Classic movie magic trickery. Simple as that.
That's fascinating. I wouldn't want to miss a moment of it.
Next thing. Along with the Robert Smith-inspired hair, the Edward Scissorhands costume is a cultural and cosplay classic. But most people don't know just how eclectic the costume materials are. Sure, it's got some leather and latex, which you'd expect, but it's also made of less predictable materials, like gaffer's tape and pieces of Tim Burton's sofa. The suit also had a cooling system to be worn underneath it, but it was so cumbersome that it really just made wearing the costume even hotter. So Johnny Depp didn't even bother with it.
You look fine, just fine.
Still, even without a heavy air conditioning onesie on underneath, Johnny Depp found out firsthand just how miserable it was to wear the Edward costume. That was a segue! Becoming Edward was a physical challenge for Johnny Depp, and way harder than the ones on Double Date.
Man, a split! You need to get them in this way, they're going off the stage! Whoa.
He had to sit in hair and makeup for 2 hours every day for the 4 months of shooting. And after that, he had to wear a rubber suit in extremely hot Florida weather, which is where they shot Edward Scissorhands. The rigors of filming led to Depp barfing on 2 separate occasions. First time was from doing 20 takes of this scene, when all the housewives are smashing food into his face. I mean, just looking at that ambrosia makes me want to Ralph, so it's no surprise that Depp wound up hurling after eating gross food, all while wearing a latex couch suit in Florida. Ugh. The other time he got sick was from doing take after take of this shot, with Edward running all the way to the end of the rope. Yet again, repeated takes, plus an extremely hot, non-breathable costume, plus Florida, equals a puke party with Johnny Depp at the top of the guest list.
That's right. Go ahead, smile, it's funny.
Tim Burton opted to shoot Edward Scissorhands in a suburb just east of Tampa, Florida, because it reminded him of how Burbank used to look when he was growing up there. And there was one unexpected bonus that came from shooting in Florida. There's a Backstreet Boy in Edward Scissorhands.
Oh!
To be fair, it really is a blink and you'll miss it type of deal, but the blonde kid on the slip and slide in the background right there is Nick Carter. We can admit that it's really hard to tell who the hell that is, but trust us, it really is him. He's even got Edward Scissorhands listed on his IMDb page for all you non-believers. So there. Going back to the challenges of shooting in Florida, as if the heat, humidity, and generally just being in Florida weren't bad enough, there was another problem. Bugs. There would be bug swarms so thick that production would have to shut down. They wouldn't be able to shoot because all the bugs would just look like grain on the film. With all the stopping and starting, the clouds would move around and the natural lighting would shift, and it would be next to impossible to try to match the clouds in the final film. If you have absolutely nothing better to do, you can probably spot some exterior scenes where it almost looks like a completely different day from shot to shot. But we have something better to do, and that's moving on to our last thing. Because Edward Scissorhands went on to become such a huge deal, it's hard to imagine anyone else playing the characters in the film, and you may be even more surprised to find out who almost did. Johnny Depp wasn't Tim Burton's first choice. Burton actually didn't know Depp at all because he'd never seen 21 Jump Street and had only looked at a few pictures of him. Instead, Gary Oldman was first offered the part of Edward, and he turned it down. Other contenders included Tom Hanks, Jim Carrey, Robert Downey Jr., and even Michael Jackson. And the studio was pushing hard for Tom Cruise, who was hot shit at the time because of Rain Man. Also, it was 1990, so Tom Cruise was at the peak of his being hot shit. Anyway, he didn't like the unhappy ending of the movie, and Burton was firm on not changing it no matter what, so Cruise was off the table. Luckily, Burton took a chance on Johnny Depp, who was looking to break away from the perception that he was just another teenage heartthrob from TV.
Have a nice time, cutie.
Ultimately, Burton felt that the conflict of being seen in a way that doesn't really represent who you are really connected Johnny Depp to Edward. And we got a classic movie out of the deal. As well as a bunch of shitty Tim Burton movies with Johnny Depp, but, you know, Scissorhands is good. Those are our 7 things du jour, but we also have an Edward Scissorhands episode of DIY Costume Squad on the channel, so be sure to check that out. And let us know if you guys want us to do a Things You Didn't Know About Beetlejuice by hitting the thumbs up. Let's just keep the old school Tim Burton love going. Last but not least, head on over to Cinefix.com and subscribe for more true-ish things about movies, and sometimes Tim Burton's old sofa, right here on Things You Didn't Know.
Why are you looking at me like that?
You remind me of the babe.
What babe?
The babe with the power.
What power?
The power of voodoo.
Voodoo?
You do.
No, I don't. What?
Remind me of the babe!
What the f***, Soren?
Labyrinth! Oh, did you not realize we were doing Oh, man, you were pretty much dead on, too. That was great.
I don't have time for this.
Okay, sorry. But do you have time to talk about David Bowie's dick?
You have only 13 hours.
Okay, so Labyrinth is a movie about Jennifer Connelly having to save her younger brother from Muppets, all while learning the power of responsibility, right?
Sure. You say so, man.
No, that's wrong, you idiot. I submit that the entire movie is about one thing, a teenage girl losing her virginity to her own mind.
Talk about David Bowie's dick.
First, you have to understand that the entire movie Labyrinth is a metaphor for all the complexities and confusions of a young girl on her first foray into sexual fantasy. Jen Con, she starts the movie out in a park playing pretend, which, frankly, she's a little too old for. And her mom even says,
"You should have taken your watch." Did you just pause for me to remember a clip from a movie I haven't seen? No. Change your mind. 3 minutes. You have 3 minutes. Talk about David Bowie.
Okay, weird that she would choose those specific times. Now, Jen Con tells her younger brother, baby brother, the representation of her own innocence, "I hate you. I wish someone would come and take you away." Then when her dad and her stepmom go out to dinner and Jennifer Connelly's left alone, what does she do? She goes on a little fantasy exploration. She thinks, I wonder what it would be like if someone did actually come. My innocence, I bet it would go a little something like this.
Enter Muppets, huh?
Enter everything in her room. She's been so mired in this one childhood fantasy that that's her only entry point. She enters this mental maze with all of her stuffed animals there, and waiting for her at the middle, a big old dick attached to David Bowie.
No, I don't buy it. There's no way they would put all that in a kid's movie. The Bowie dick was probably just an unfortunate, fortunate costume choice.
Oh, really? The first person she meets in the labyrinth is Hog. Hog's job is to spray naked female fairies with a phallic tool, and when she meets him, he's peeing his gun. She's just sexualizing the usually fantasy characters. Figure it out. She's just looking for some sort of understanding. Baby steps to follow.
But she never actually had sex.
Except she does. Not literally, but she goes through all of the experiences that lead to sex. She falls into the hole with all of the hands touching her, the taboo and dirtiness of the bog of eternal stench. Jared gives her that fruit, the plump, the sexual reproductive organ of the tree, and she bites into it, and she's transported to this weird masquerade orgy where everyone's caressing each other and dancing and hand-jobbing each other's noses.
Standard sex stuff.
Yeah, pure confused kid, absolutely. And so Dancing Dave, he finds her, and she seems to sort of enjoy being found. And then they dance. Go slow at first, and then a little bit faster, and then crashing glass, a feeling of weightlessness, and she wakes up in a pile of trash. She looks at the peach in her hand, and now it's just a moldy piece of fruit with a worm in it. So she throws it away. She's disgusted with it. She's disgusted with herself. Why are you like that?
I'm just feeling so sorry for the future potential mothers. Do you really feel like female sexual exploration ends with self-loathing and disgust?
Yeah. Doesn't it? Does for me.
So, the entire message of Labyrinth is that female sexual awakening will begin with self-loathing.
Not just that. She gets to the castle. She makes all her fantasy friends wait outside. Well, she goes into the Goblin King's room below because she says, and all of her friends wait outside, and they say, we'll be here waiting should you need us. She learns right then that she doesn't have to give up her childhood completely just to be a woman, and she doesn't have to choose to just be a child forever.
So, in her mind, her ideal lover is a big, dick, bacon-stealing, contacts-juggling Goblin King.
Played by David Bowie.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna go rub one out. Will you cover it for me?
Jesus, who just...
Hey guys, thanks for watching the video. Hope you liked it a whole lot. Make sure to subscribe and leave the comments. Click the like button to show you like it. Don't be tuning in the comments. Thanks. On Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we got brand new videos for you. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, we don't do that. On weekends, we also don't do that. So be sure to check them out Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. You guys are the best. I'll crack you later. Thanks for cracking.
You need to draw a picture of it, Joey. Draw a picture of Harry Potter on the kidney stone. Be sure to put a broomstick in it.
I hate you. I wish someone would come and take you away. Then when her dad and her stepmom go out to dinner and Jennifer Connelly is left alone, what does she do? She goes on a little fantasy exploration. And she thinks, I wonder what it would be like if someone did actually come. For instance, I bet it would go a little something like this.
Enter Muppets, huh?
Enter everything in her room. She's been so mired in this one childhood fantasy that that's her only entry. She enters this mental maze with all of her stuffed animals there, and waiting for it in the middle, a big old dick attached to David Bowie.
No, I don't buy it. There's no way they would put all that in a kid's movie. The Bowie dick was probably just an unfortunate costume choice.
Oh, really? The first person she meets in the labyrinth is Hoggle. And Hoggle's job is to spray naked female fairies with a fountain tool. And when she meets him, he's peeved. He's got his freak out. She's just sexualizing the usual cast of fantasy characters of her childhood. She's trying to figure it out. She's just looking for some sort of understanding. Baby steps to come.
But she never actually has sex.
Except she does. Not literally, but she goes through all of the experiences that lead to sex. She falls into the hole with all of the hands touching her. The taboo and dirtiness of the fog of eternal stench. Jared gives her that fruit, the plump, the sexual reproductive organ of the tree, and she bites into it, and she's transported to this weird masquerade orgy where everyone's caressing each other and dancing and hand-jobbing each other's noses.
Yeah, there's the sex stuff.
Yeah, pure confused kid, absolutely. And so Dancing Dave, he finds her, and she seems to sort of enjoy being found. And then they dance, real slow at first, and then a little bit faster, and then crashing glass, a feeling of weightlessness, and she wakes up in a pile of trash. She looks at the peach in her hand, and now it's just a moldy piece of fruit with a worm in it. So she throws it away because she's disgusted with it. She's disgusted with herself. Why are you looking at me?
I'm just feeling so sorry for your future daughters.
Okay. Yeah, I don't really know what I'm doing. Okay.
eyes make me think of you. Looks like the prophecy came true. You are a fallen tree, he is a fallen tree. How old are you? How old are you? Dresses that you wear sway around to the kids of your voice when you sang there.
Sunset rub down.
According to Wikipedia,
Yeah.
notice how fruit is spelled with 2 O's? It's like fruit.
You ever notice how Toucan Sam should be?
Well, I say it's just wrong. So you say it's the hand of ghosts. So I say it's the white hair of the sign. Every in the tide, some Jesse. So you say it's some sort of time, and the sun worried, white and the others worried, or the sun worried, white and his face worried. And chaos is mine. So that's not where we feel to lie.
Or this is just you? Whoa. Am I never naked or am I never not naked?
believe in anything. Damn. It would bring that up. Son of a bitch.
Your eyes
home, I've got a big explanation that side. Anyway, go step forward, and I will do 5 beats. How many? 5. You've already had a How many beats? 5. How many? 5. Answer it. No.
Sorry.
Hi, so I just got off the phone with our Allstate agent, and I know that we have accident forgiveness. So the incredibly minor accident that I had tonight.
4 weeks without the car.
Okay, yep, good night.
With accident forgiveness, your rates won't go up just because of an accident. Switching to Allstate is worth it.
These are the moments that rocked the musical world. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 moments in music history. For this list, we're looking at the most...
Yeah, they put Michael Jackson on the list. Fuck Michael Jackson. He does not belong on that video.
Tonight is our comedy icon. He is a legend. He's adorable. He's fantastic. I'm fond of him. He's an Oscar-winning actor. He stars in Happy Feet 2, which is in theaters now. Take a look at the beautiful Robin Williams.
3, that's it.
3, no, me too. That's it. In fact, I wouldn't have done 3, but it was just I met this person and went, well, okay, but only this one.
Yeah.
Which I believe that's the way you're meant to approach it the first time.
Yeah. Only this one, maybe.
Maybe.
Do take this woman as often as possible.
Yeah. But it'll definitely be your partner.
Yeah. I'm back.
Yeah.
It's hard to act, and on the honeymoon, it's hard to act surprised.
Our next guest is a very entertaining, very funny young man, but I should warn you, he is actually a couple of bricks shy of a load. He is in his 4th season at Saturday Night Live. Here, take a look at some of the work this man has accumulated over the years. Ladies and gentlemen, run for your lives. Here's Chris Farley. You're the man.
Scared as hell.
You're the man.
Hold me. I need you to hold me.
No, I won't be holding you.
I'm pretty nervous. Thanks a lot for having me.
Thank you very much for being here.
You know,
I enjoy the work you do on Saturday Night Live. I think you're very funny and bring a great deal of energy to the show. And you and I have met a couple of times when I used to work back over.
What's happening, David?
Now, and I mentioned last night I thought you might be goofy, and I was just wondering, the same way I thought Sharon Stone might be nuts, if that's a fair assessment or if I missed something. Do people recognize that in you, or is it? Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I rest my case.
I'm not quite all there. No, I am pretty goofy, but I'm scared to be here, and so I was asking a whole bunch of people about, what I should do, and, because it's my first time, and you're the king. And, this is the man! Woo! I'm on his show! So, I asked a bunch of people, what I should do.
You talk to your folks?
Yeah, I called up my dad, and my dad said, I watch Letterman, and he's the best. Just watch it. Watch what you do. Keep your guard up, because he can tear you apart. Just look nice. Don't look like a slob. And so I go, well, Dad, if he says anything, I'll probably just laugh or something like that. And he goes, don't look like an idiot. Laughing there.
But Chris, the next time you come back, and I would like you to come back, just see that you button these little things here. That's all it is. Presentation is everything in this business. Now, do your folks watch your weekly show, Saturday Night Live? Do they see you do the various characters and so forth?
Yeah, sometimes I like to call them and see the show, like that Chippendales thing. My mom said, I'm going to have to wear a Halloween mask into town because of the neighbors. Stop taking your clothes off. Well, that was kind of embarrassing, but
it looks to me, compared to the videotape we saw, that you might have lost some weight.
Yeah, I've been trimming up a little bit. Memories you have seen, you can go. Come on, Dave, come on. Oh, the memories. Wow. Oh, God. Okay.
Very, very impressive. We're going to do a commercial, and if you'd like, towel off. We'll come back and continue this. We'll be right back here with Chris Farley, kids.
We're not with him. And then, but they'd crack me around a little bit. Don't throw the clay! Then I went to public school for a year, and they couldn't hit you there. They had to talk it out. They had things like counseling. And I remember.
Well,
I love my.
But then, when you went to college, what kind of a kid were you? Was that you probably were a little more comfortable being away from home then?
Dave, the trouble continued.
Oh my God! You mean there's more to the story? Oh, what exactly happened?
Well, one time I got in a whole lot of trouble when me and my buddy put a smoke bomb in my girlfriend's window, but it fell in the window and burned the couch, and the whole thing was all full of smoke and everything. So we were on the lam there, going down to Libertyville, Illinois, and meanwhile the cop was back in my apartment getting pictures to identify me, and he grabbed this one with me in a Hawaiian shirt, and my mom puts these bubbles on her head to see what we're thinking. And I was sitting there in a Hawaiian shirt with a bubble on it saying, "This is some vacation." And the cop was like, "Do you know this guy?" They were like, "Oh, is he lost or something?" Oh, I got in a real jam for that one.
But now, getting back to the smoke bomb in the girlfriend's window, was this a gesture of affection, or what exactly?
Well, she dumped me like they all did. And, she was a nice gal. I remember we used to have nicknames for each other. My raven-haired, one-eyed pixie that stole America's heart and things like that.
And did she have a nickname for yourself?
She'd call me Fatso. And never...
So, now, you were apprehended for the crime? Did you do time? Did you have to make retribution? What happened there?
I did a lot of community service. And then had to work that out. But did graduate finally, and then...
Good for you.
Yeah.
And the show this week, who do you have on?
We've got John Goodman and the Pretenders.
Yeah.
Woo! Bring it on! Got some of the...
It's like, oh, wow!
Young piano cover. Right there. We Were Young violin cover.
Here are some matching videos.
We Were Young piano violin.
Here are some matching videos.
Vitamin String Quartet. When we were young. Ya's Maps Vitamin String Quartet cover.
Hello, Discover Card. Hi, can you tell me about these new Social Security alerts?
I automatically dislike this video because it makes me sit through a fucking commercial. Now they really have to earn the like.
For violinist, it's the equivalent of a death-defying leap. Paganini's
to an end, and really what he was doing in the bigger picture was bouncing the bow multiple times in one direction and then once in the other direction. The most challenging one for that was number 12.
You lose. You totally fucking lose.